In this Cyberpunk 2077 lore, we shall be covering Assisted Combat Personnel Armor, ACPA, Powered Armor, or simply PA. PA is a rather unique weapon system. You can smash through buildings, throw small trucks, swat most full Borgs like a fly. Naturally, anti-tank devices can cause you serious problems. A single well-trained human can carry as much armament as a small tank, while being able to sneak into areas and hold positions where tanks simply cannot go. The combat enhancement is significant. A PA suit enables the user to pack weaponry capable of dealing with infantry, hard targets, and tanks in a package not quite as big as 2 men. The sensor and computer processing arrays in a PA suit take in the entire environment, combine it with known combat facts such as enemy and ally location, downed threats, etc., and synthesize all the information into a single heads-up display reading, making it excellent to coordinate attacks. A PA is a combat environment suit which has been augmented with rigid or semi-rigid composite plates of armor, which assists the user in carrying its own considerable bulk via various power assists. This tends to be a heavy-duty linear frame or chassis, somewhat similar to what you saw Rice use when fighting Jackie Wellis and V. In many respects, power armor only became feasible with the birth and development of the linear frame. Originally developed to assist in loading combat vehicles, common linear frames provided a boost of around 89% to a wearer's strength, but these were not enough to build an ACPA. In a rare cooperative effort, Militech and Orbital Air labored together in the development of contracting crystalline polynucleotide lattice, or CCPL, a plasticiel fiber with electrically controllable length and a significantly lighter weight than the more conventionally mechanical linear frame. Redesigning the common linear frame with CCPL muscles resulted in the breakthrough needed for ACPA. The research called the new design an advanced linear frame, or more technically, a military external hypercontractive linear support. The field technicians and general public called them a chassis, the military viewed them as bones. A peculiarity of the advanced linear frames is its progressively increased efficiency at larger sizes. The reason for this attribute is the current limitations of miniaturization of the contracting fibers. The larger fibers can in fact be produced at a much higher quality. That means during the Fourth Corporate War, ACPAs tended to be quite large, so if there are advances in nanotechnology prior to the year 2077, smaller suits can potentially become more efficient. With the introduction of power armor around the time of the Fourth Corporate War, a new type of solo came on the scene, those who specialized in ACPA combat. They became known as PA troopers or machine jockeys. A significant number of these PA troopers were women. Alongside this rapid increase in ACPA use, new slang began to enter the cyberpunk lexicon, such as Chewhead, wild or undisciplined personnel or civilians, Chroma, someone who loves power armor, and nudie, personal targets without ACPA or exoskeleton. Nothing too exotic or derogatory. The most obvious question you're probably thinking right now, will they either fight enemies using powered armor, or be able to use power armor herself? Looking back at 2020, PA was considered highly unbalancing. It was strongly recommended that PA should be relegated to their own specific campaign, or perhaps used during a Fourth Corporate War scenario. Players were essentially discouraged from bringing them to Night City. In addition, running PA effectively meant you were working for Arasaka, Militech, Orbital Air, or a similar megacorp due to the running costs involved. In Cyberpunk 2077, it's already been confirmed that linear frame technology is present, as evidenced by when they took out Royce of the Maelstrom gang. Based on current evidence, I do see possibilities of there being a PA boss style battle. Having V used a PA in a specific scene does not seem to be too extravagant an idea, given the use of first person perspective. Another question which often arises, are combat Borgs redundant compared to powered armor users? No, they simply fulfill different roles. For instance, ACPAs have an operation time of less than 48 hours due to power and pilot constraints. After about 24 hours continuous use, the pilot also begins to suffer notable decreases in performance. A full Borg can go weeks without maintenance or nutrition, so their effectiveness is dependent upon the situation.
This new Gundam isn't just for show!
Some of the PAs available include the Militech Commando, Militech's frontline combat suit utilizing the Highwayman class chassis. It's frequently seen on the battlefield and in urban combat zones. The design focuses on information handling and hard-hitting firepower, making piloting and targeting easy tasks for the operator. It would later be upgraded to the Militech War Commando, essentially the regular version fully equipped with all the extras possible. The Russian arms Boris, famous for being overweight, but has the payload ability to take down most targets. There was also a Bombardier variant to provide artillery support. Seat-attack Grasshopper lightweight model, designed for urban city street use, most notably by the NCPD. Being one of the earlier designs, it pioneered many of the concepts now taken for granted in ACPA development. Arasaka Standard B is the Arasaka base model, which has underwhelming performance in ACPA combat, but is enough against civilian targets, often found in low-intensity combat environments due to its poor armor. Arasaka would go on to develop the Dione powered armor conversion, combining a Borg with ACPA to produce one of the most powerful weapons in Cyberpunk. During one mission, an Arasaka installation was annihilated off the coast of China by one Dragoon. Dragoon military Borgs are full conversions by International Electric Cybernetics. Measuring over 8 feet in height and weighing in at 620 pounds, the Dragoon is probably the most powerful full conversion available. Due to its humanoid form, it can take advantage of terrain, hold territory, and perform every part of a military operation from guerrilla warfare to anti-aircraft artillery. Its speed is comparable to a 4x4 army jeep. Combined with this unbeatable mobility is the Dragoon's inherent toughness. Its armor plating consists of monocrystalline ceramic composite with an ablative layer of heat-displacing ceramics and foamed metal. To prevent potential cyberpsychosis, the Dragoon comes with an interchangeable biopod. This biopod, which houses the cyborg's biosystems, normally inhabits an off-duty body, usually an Alpha class. The Dragoon is only fitted with the biopod and the human mind within when it is actively performing missions. Given this humiliating defeat at the hands of a single Dragoon, Kei Arasaka therefore began a research program to experiment with and recruit combat cyborgs. However, despite the advancements Arasaka made, they could not produce something that could go one-on-one with the IEC Dragoon. Kei changed tact. He decided the new focus of the Arasaka efforts would be to overwhelm the Dragoons with brute strength and overwhelming firepower. The result was the Dione, the first cyborg body ACPA combo. This super demon is 3.4 meters in height, similar to the Russian arms Boris, but it had one secret. A human was not piloting the Dione, its internal circuitry wouldn't allow it. Indeed, there is no life support or auto-medic. The use is an Alpha class full cyborg body, modified specifically for optimum reflexes and speed within the Dione ACPA suit. The Alpha body is directly wired into the Dione suit, converting its myriad sensor scans into direct neural input. Effectively, with its pain editors, combat programming, and the suit's strength and maneuverability, it is said the Borg often feels like a god amongst Borgs. Even Morgan Blackhand's arch nemesis, Adam Smasher, said he wanted one. Due to the secret nature of the Dione's production, few are aware of its existence and often don't live long enough to tell the tale should they encounter one. It is currently unknown what happened to this elite squad following the end of the Fourth Corporate War. Mexican Metal's Nemesis Assault, considered to be a quality suit from a second-rate manufacturer. Many of the engineers who worked on this suit are from the Nomad Nation Metacorp, Orbital Air, and Raven Micro Cybernetics Spider. Considered to be top-line equipment in Orbital Air's aerospace forces, these are very expensive. There are rumors of a secret stealth model as well. Raven Micro Cybernetics would collaborate with Tsunami Arms to produce the ultimate communication and intelligence Magus ACPA. Equipped with a full suit of sensory and communication system, a single Magus suit can act as the communications focal point for an entire battalion. Trauma teams use Metagear, combat medical armor. Utilizing the latest in computer, medical, and armor technology, Metagear by Bodyway Systems is designed to assist medics everywhere. Incorporated into the structure is a hybrid medicware computer. Sensors and software are added that allow it to function as drug analyzer and a tech scanner, giving the user the ability to see just what cyberware the patient has. A spray skin applier is mounted on the right wrist, and a dermal stapler is also available. If the trauma team needs some serious firepower to back them up, they also have access to the TB0 lifeline Lifeline ACPA. This was a collaboration between Militech and Trauma Team International. The Lifeline is designed to walk through fire, water, chemicals, bullets, or whatever else is necessary to save the life of a client. Inevitably, some cyberpunks or gangs do manage to get their hands on an ACPA or a military AV, perhaps a semi-destroyed one that has been scavenged from somewhere. It has been known for gangs to convert the tech into something known as a punk note. Thank you for chipping in.